the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sport. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Warriors in Oakland. A good roll continuing right now for the Warriors. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. Golden State does so many things well. Obviously, the offensive side of the ball, they're tremendous. But a lot of folks, Kenny, don't realize how good they are defensively, and statistically, they were the best in the league last year.
You know, Ernie, when you have multiple players on the all-defensive team, you have Andrew Bogut, you got Draymond Green, guys who are lockdown defenders, you are going to be a great defensive team. And they've held their best field goal percentage against teams last season, 42.6%.
That's just under 43% in my book.
0.6.
Yeah.
You know what, Ernie, what I like about that team, everyone from the 2 to the 4 position has quickness, speed, allows them to just switch all over the court. And when they go small, they're unbeatable, Ernie.
And, of course, you got Steph Curry. And you know what I like to say about him.
Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
He makes it.
Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
He makes it look
Steph-effortless.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's still using
that was a
that
good
one.
one.
Yes, sir. Time now for tip-off.
I got one. He's so Steph-efficient.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Oh,
Come on, Kevin.
he's very
You got
clever.
one?
You got one?
He's very Currylicious.
Boo. Boo,
That was
boo, boo.
terrible. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Take a look at the Warriors. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
And for the Warriors, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
And Greg, for me, the quick start and the focus affirms the fact that this team is one of the dominant teams in the league.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3, the small forward. Golden State moving the ball around. Azili gets the bucket.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors showed just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
The foul called on Festus Azili. That's his first foul. Butler against Curry. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Butler attacking, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Golden State gets called for the foul.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Rose dishes to Drummond. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And Thompson kicks to Barnes. No good on the triple. Here's Chicago. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Now here's Iguodala. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Now Butler. After the missed 3 from Iguodala. Butler passes to Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Doris Burke spoke with Steve Kerr. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, we talked about how you can slow down this very formidable offensive team. He told me it's all about following the scouting report, saying we have so much information nowadays, where guys shoot best, where they maybe don't shoot as well. We provide that to our players, and it's incumbent upon them, and of course us as a coaching staff, to try to take away what they do best. Guys, we'll see if they can take them out of their groove tonight. Back to you.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the report and coach's plan here tonight. A good one, guys.
And I agree with him. I think he's determined not to let the opposing offense dictate tempo. And I think that is a good game plan.
That's the only plan, really, Greg. And Kevin, I mean, they cannot allow that offense to run wild. This game has to be played on their terms.
Now Rose. Following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. Rose kicks to Butler. Here's Drummond. Boom, he jams it straight down.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No,
right. He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. And here's Rose. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. For 3, Gibson. And Curry pulls it down. Golden State's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor. Clark, he cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Here's Cephalosha. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Cephalosha's got his first 2 points of the night. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. And Chicago also making a switch. Jennings is checked in the corner. Rush with it. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Now Rush, after Jimmy Butler missed from long range. Livingston dishes to Barnes. Chance there to take the lead, missing.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
And it's the Warriors with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Green. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
They push it up 4 on 3. Nobody near Barnes. From outside, off the mark. Bulls have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And it's Butler missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Leandro Barbosa is checked in for Klay Thompson. Chicago also making some changes. Splitter comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Brooks in for Thabo Cephalosha. Now here's Green. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Outside Jennings. There's the pick. Lets it go with a 3. And Aaron Brooks hits from deep. Brooks has got his first 3 points of the game.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Green with a screen on Mirotic. That's a 2 from Barnes. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. Green against Splitter. Green, no luck.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Good on the second free throw. And here's a little-known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong. It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And he gets it to go. Splitter's got his first bucket in this one.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
The turnaround, and that one's good. Barnes.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
They get it back. Dishes it to Brooks. Mirotic has a wide-open look. The three-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Livingston passes to Barnes, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And it's now only a 1-point Bulls lead.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Mirotic, and it's off from three-point range.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Brooks, that's a 2-pointer. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. It's Chicago up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Green is out there with Festus Ezeli, and it's Curry in at point guard. Here's Thompson after the Bulls pick up 2. Good on the shot.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And it's Rose missing.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
And it's Green missing.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons last year. They have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Green, the screen. Thompson for the triple. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Curry kicks to Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
Now Curry, following the three-point attempt by Taj Gibson. It's Curry with the drive. Here's Ezeli, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Ezeli's got his second basket of the night. Rose against Thompson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. That's good. 14 points for Draymond Green. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Warriors leading by 5. To the left wing, Curry with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Oh, Chicago's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Cephalosha kicks to Gibson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Pass to Barnes. Fires the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 3rd assist on the night. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Here's Curry, and it's Golden State with another.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, back-breaking run, really exposing the weaknesses in their defense.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Butler comes in for Aaron Brooks. Bulls trail by 10. Rose with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Here's Curry, and Butler sends it back. They get it back. They recover it. For Chicago, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Mirotic and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Jimmy Butler. Averaging 22 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every train needs a conductor, man. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Ezeli's checked in for Draymond Green. Rush comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here's Barnes. Chicago grabs the miss.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor, poor choice there.
Here is Livingston. He had 13 points in the win against the Clippers. Passes it to Barnes. Now Rush. For three, Barbosa. But they'll get another chance. Barnes sets a screen for Barbosa. Back to Barnes. And he bangs it home with one hand.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Jennings drives in. Splitter dishes to Jennings. Back to Splitter. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Splitter's got his second basket.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Well, the shooting guard position is where teams look for a lot of their points. And these players, the highest scoring among them, haven't disappointed. Third is Jimmy Butler. Fourth, Klay Thompson.
And night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. I mean, if you pick one way to deal with them, they'll beat you another way.
Yeah, you don't have to take a long look at their point totals to see that this is the premier group of scorers at the premier scoring position in the NBA. Shooting guards can flat out bring it.
Kicks it to Barnes. No good on the three.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Now here's Barnes. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Chicago calls timeout.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
It's Drummond with the drive.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Clippers.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
Bulls have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor, something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, that free throw percentage of theirs has gone down since last season. As a matter of fact, significantly down.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Livingston kicks to Ezeli. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Jennings kicks to Drummond. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Drummond.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Livingston kicks to Barnes, and there's the feed to Ezeli. They set the pick. Shoots off the screen. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Warriors leading by 3. Here is Livingston. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. .44 seconds left here in the second. Barbosa kicks to Livingston. There's the dish to Ezeli. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got his 3rd assist on the night. Bulls trail by 5. Jennings passes to Butler. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Rush dishes to Livingston. And here's Barnes for 3, and he gets it to go. Barnes has got 6 points in the quarter.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Jennings kicks to Mirotic. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. 7 seconds left to play here in the half. On its way from Barbosa for 2. They recover it. And that does it for the first half of play. Warriors lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those intangibles you always look to.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
They showed a total lack of discipline in the first half, way too many turnovers. Coach was not happy, a lot of miscommunication going on. This game could easily get away from them if they do not tighten up.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. And you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So for Chicago right now, Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Cephalosha is out there with Taj Gibson, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Now here's Green after the miss from Stephen Curry. It's Thompson off the drive. Iguodala wide open. And Butler sends it back.
You know, sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
From deep, Rose. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball. His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Feeds it to Cephalosha. Pass to Butler. Inside. Here's Drummond. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And so here is Golden State. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Ezeli. 12 points for him. It's Curry with the drive. Good. Curry's got 8.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Rose passes to Drummond. No luck. And Golden State will come the other way. They've led by as much as 10. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Cephalosha dishes to Drummond. 3-pointer, Butler, and he gets it to go. 7 points in the game.
And that's another team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Gibson setting the pick for Rose. It's stolen by Green. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Gibson.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
There's the bucket. Good. And it's 6 points for Klay Thompson.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Warriors leading by 4.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Now here's Butler after the miss from Stephen Curry. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And we have a moment to take a look at the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. The Warriors, number 1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
There's a screen. Lots of room. And it's good. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter. Bulls trail by 6. Outside Rose. And Drummond kicks to Cephalosha. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the 3 off target. Iguodala, the pass to Curry. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Andre Drummond. Brooks comes in for Butler. And it's Jennings in for Derrick Rose.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Here's Thompson. He's got 6. Tries from 10, and it's Green. Missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Jennings kicks to Cephalosha. That 3 off the mark. Warriors leading by 8. Thompson in the corner. Takes the 3. Here's Green. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Mirotic's shot is off. Warriors have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Thompson outside. And it's Thompson again missing. Bulls trail by 10. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here's Barnes. And the shot no good, a bit short. Chicago has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
That's outstanding hang time improvisation right there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game. I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel. And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Thompson misses.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Splitter dishes to Jennings. Six to shoot. Rush with the steal. Here's Green. Finished off the break. Green's got 20 points. Bulls trail by 8. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
He dishes it to Livingston. Elbow shot is on the way. No luck. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Cephalosha passes to Brooks. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 5 on the clock. Rush grabs the miss.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. Drummond's checked in for Chicago. Barbosa kicks to Livingston, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Andre Drummond. First in rebounding, 6th in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, just going back real quick to the fact that he rebounds so well, I mean, that's a tremendous feat. He's a monster in the paint.
Curry's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. Butler, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Drummond, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan, and he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletic.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the 2nd most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
Now here's Curry, 12 points for him. There's the pick. There's the triple. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feet. Iguodala's got 4 assists now tonight.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
Warriors leading by 11. Curry dishes to Ezeli. Here is Livingston. Brooks covering. Livingston kicks to Ezeli, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
And stolen by Barnes. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Livingston passes to Curry. Again, Golden State.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Bulls trail by 15. Outside Jennings. He kicks it to Mirotic. Drummond a screen to the middle. It's stolen by Curry. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Warriors on top, up by 15. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. The Bulls shooting in this game, 45%. Iguodala, the 3 with Barnes, the stretch 4. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Ezeli in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Rose dishes to Gibson. And there's the pass to Butler. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Ezeli. Ezeli's got 7 rebounds in the game. Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Cephalosha's checked in. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Out of bounds. Warriors ball.
And so it's Golden State with it. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now here's Rose. He feeds it to Butler. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. The three-pointer, no good.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Now here's Thompson. Dishes it to Curry. Pass to Green. To the middle, and stolen by Drummond.
Excellent anticipation there. He was laying in the cut, we say.
Here's Butler, and he banks in the layup.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Curry kicks to Ezeli. They set the pick. Thompson passes to Curry. For three. And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. And the Warriors lead by 18.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
And that is good. 22 points for Draymond Green.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Rose kicks to Gibson. To the left side wing. Cephalosha dishes to Gibson. Whoa!
Goodness. Woo! Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. There's Curry. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's Butler. Shot is off. Curry with the defensive effort. Warriors leading by 18. Green kicks to Curry. Shoots. Releases from the wing and drills it. Curry's got 19 points. Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Rose passes to Cephalosha. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Drummond dishes to Gibson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
The Warriors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Timeout called the Warriors. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And so Thompson nails both of them. Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Klay Thompson was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
Here's Thompson following the score by Derrick Rose. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Butler on the wing. Back to Drummond, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Warriors leading by 16.
And for Thompson, his three-pointer was his calling card early on, but I love the way he's expanded his game every season. He's become a very good defender and broadened his offensive game as well.
Now here's Butler after the miss from Andre Iguodala. And it's Drummond missing.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
You know, and speaking of Thompson expanding his game, he's also come out of his shell a little bit. Very quiet early on, but he has gotten more and more comfortable in the league and becoming more outspoken.
They grab their own miss. Ezeli, and Gibson sends it back. Butler attacking from the wing. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Iguodala outside. Unloads from 13. Green, no luck. Bulls trail by 18, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Here's Curry. 3 from the inbound. That drops. Curry's got 18 points now here in the second half.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it. Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite. Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
To the middle, here's Drummond, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
And again, no good by Chicago. Warriors have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Passes it to Iguodala. Thompson outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 6 assists in the game.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically. 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gifts, watch out, watch out.
Now here's Curry. That one goes. Count it. Curry's got 9 points in the quarter.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
And a footnote to Ezeli, one of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
Now here's Butler, following the miss by Draymond Green. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Here's Curry. Shot is no good. Great D that time from Gibson. Butler against Curry. Outside Butler. Inside, here's Gibson, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Here's Iguodala. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Green kicks to Curry. Green, the screen. Thompson from long range. Chicago grabs the miss. Cephalosha's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. It's stolen by Green.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
Here is Livingston. Kicks to Rush. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 5. And Spates gets it to go.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
There's Jennings with the 3, and it's Spates with the rebound. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 16-6 run. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Green kicks to Spates, and it's off the back rim, no good. Barbosa against Brooks. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Andre, a good game for you and the team tonight. Does a game like this carry more weight considering you beat a high-caliber opponent?
I think it's just a good win, period. You know, we can't really think about who our opponent is. So it was a good matchup, good way for us to measure ourselves, and we got another big one Friday.
Andre, thank you. One game at a time, Kevin. That's the motto.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.